Nonsense Talk News, and I'm Pallab Ghosh with you. I'm waiting for some people to join in and I will start my live. Meeting you after a long time, in fact. Today is, of course, a black day in the history. A sad day, of course. We often talk of revolutionaries, we often talk of their sacrifices. But do we really remember them? I have always mentioned this whenever these days arrive, or that we owe perhaps a little more to these brave sons of the soil, rather than just putting up tributes and remembering them on special days like these. Sad day, of course. Solemn remembrance. World today is the martyrdom day, or the death anniversary of three revolutionaries who were the part of iconic Kakori Conspiracy. For those who don't know about the Kakori Conspiracy, I will giving you a brief about the Kakori Conspiracy, though we all have read this in the history books. Still, the three names are Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqulla Khan, and Roshan Singh. There were other revolutionaries also with them. I will be reading the names before beginning, because I think we owe a big tribute, a big remembrance to these people also. Their names are, of course, as I said, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqulla Khan, Rajendra Lahiri, Sachindranath Shannal, Sachindranath Bakshi, Govind Charan Kaur, Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee, and Thakur Roshan Singh. Chandrashekhar Azad, another revolutionary who needs no introduction, somehow evaded this capture. But these revolutionaries were captured. Well, about the history, on 9th of August in 1925, the number 8 down train, which was traveling between Shahjahanpur to Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh, was stopped, and the chain was pulled by Rajendra Lahiri. Remember this name, because this name is also very significant in Kakori Conspiracy. The train stopped, and these revolutionaries, they carried out a robbery as planned, because they decided to loot the government treasury. The Britishers were carrying their treasury. In other words, simple words, they were carrying the money extracted from the Indians in the name of tax. As you all know, in those days, Britishers used to levy huge taxation on natives, on we Indians. And if people were unable to pay these taxes, then they were beaten up brutally. So these revolutionaries thought that why not loot this train? Because they had the inputs about the timings and about the details of the treasury. Those were very natural in those days. So they decided to loot this treasury, and they did. The objective behind the loot was to finance for the revolutionary activities. But one of the big reasons, which usually nobody discuss, is they wanted to start a revolutionary-minded newspaper to awaken, to inspire the masses against the oppression of the Britishers. So they needed money. And naturally, they decided to loot the treasury, the government treasury. Out of them, Lahiri was hanged on 17th of December 1927. And 2 days later, these three revolutionaries, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqulla Khan, and Thakur Roshan Singh, were hanged till death. Another revolutionary, as I said, Chandrashekhar Azad, the man whom Britishers feared, they were scared of. He shot himself during a fight with Britishers, but he evaded the capture still. Ram Prasad Bismil's famous line, of course you all have heard. We all love to narrate these lines. We feel pride. We should feel proud. We should feel a kind of something, which enlightens, which inspires us from within. Because these lines are like that. सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है. Of course, these lines were very favorite quotes of our freedom fighters in the later phases also, like Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev. They all had sung these lines. They used to get inspiration from these lines. They are inspiring. In fact, whenever we narrate these lines, whenever we say these lines, I don't know about you people, but I at least get goosebumps. In fact, whenever we talk of our freedom struggle, whenever we talk of our revolutionaries, we get this feeling. We should get this feeling. And this is why I say we should remember them all through our lives, not just on these special days. We should not forget that it's because of their sacrifices. They gave their bright future, their youth, their teens, to make their motherland free. And this is why we are being able to enjoy our freedom. Should not misuse. And of course, here I will have to refer to our another revolutionary, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Because Netaji Bose said, and now perhaps as the days are moving, we are understanding why he said this. Because earlier many people used to criticize, they used to say perhaps he had some kind of fixation for power. But now perhaps people have understood why he said this and what kind of farsightedness Netaji Bose had. He said, freedom has come very easily to Indians. More bloodshed is required. If people will have more bloodshed, only then they will understand the cost of freedom. And that is why he said there should be forced dictatorship of 20 years at least. And after that, let Indians snatch the motherland from him. Only then we Indians will understand the cost of freedom. We Indians will understand what our freedom fighters have done. But when Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was stopped from coming to power by the vested interest, we all know that. I'm not going into that details. Let that be on 23rd of January, on Netaji's birthday. But today, let's pay our tributes to these revolutionaries and my salutations to Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqulla Khan, and Thakur Roshan Singh, who were hanged to death on this day. Now, before summing up, I have one little observation which I came across today. It's very important. Today, thing has come to this level that Hindu-Muslim, today's generation is not aware of this fact that in freedom struggle, or when we talk of motherland, caste, religion, creed doesn't matter. It didn't matter. So when I was narrating this story to someone, this person asked me, when I took the name of Ashfaqulla Khan, and he said, a Muslim. Sad really. But it has come to this level. Yes, Ashfaqulla Khan gave his life for the freedom of India. And not only that, even Ashfaqulla Khan has his contribution in the freedom struggle later sometime. Ram Prasad Bismil, as I said, gave this famous lines, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है. This lines have been used in various films like Shaheed, later a film on the same subject on Bhagat Singh, and few others. And each time when we hear these lines or the song, as I said, we get goosebumps. Finally, I just want to say one thing, that such moments in history inspires us to stand up against wrongs, to stand up against oppression and fight. Unfortunately, today we have become spineless. We accept whatever comes our way. Take it for granted. That's what we are facing today. And lastly, to all those who scream, who shout, who say that freedom came through non-violence, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Because I strongly believe that freedom had come through violence, through bloodshed. because non-violence is just a theoretical expression. That's what I feel. I know many will not approve, many will disagree, many will be unhappy, hurt, but I give a damn because I feel freedom had come through revolution. Freedom had come through bloodshed. Freedom had come through violence. Mahatma Gandhi is saying that if somebody slaps on your one cheek, then you should extend the other to allow him to slap, because he will understand that he was doing something wrong, not acceptable. The way the Britishers were carrying out torture, the way they were brutally targeting Indians, natives, required a reply, a befitting reply, which our revolutionaries did. Salutations to all the revolutionaries. It's because of violence, I repeat, because of violence and not non-violence, freedom had come to this country. आखिर में आज काकोरी कॉन्स्पिरेसी को करीब करीब 100 साल होने को आए. It's 97 or 98 running. आज के दिन उन सभी आजादी के दीवानों को मेरा प्रणाम, मेरा सैल्यूटेशंस. और जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि जब भी हम ये पंक्तियां दोहराते हैं राम प्रसाद बिस्मिल की कि सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है, हमारे अंदर हम कुछ एक अजीब सा एक जुनून, एक कशिश महसूस करते हैं. अगर नहीं करें तो शायद ये तमाम पंक्तियां बेमाने हो जाते हैं. तो जरा सोचिए, उस जमाने में जब ये लाइन गाए जाते थे, ये पंक्तियां पढ़े जाते थे, और जब बाहर का माहौल ऐसा था कि हर नौजवान में वो जुनून था कि हमारे देश को, भारत माता को आजाद करवाने का, तो इन पंक्तियों का क्या असर पड़ता होगा उन बहादुर जवानों पर, उन बहादुर बेटियों पर. With this, I end my life. Keep watching Nonsense Talk News. This is Pallab Ghosh signing off for Nonsense Talk News.